Back here on Sun Devil Extra, here from the Schaefer Sports Hall of Fame in Tempe. Staying on with the football theme of today's show, joined by one of the impact players on this Sun Devil football team, defensive lineman C.J. Fite, joining us on the program. Will be a junior next year. C.J., first off, thanks for joining us, man.
Yes, sir. Thank y'all for having me.
Yeah, no problem, man. So, a couple weeks, or a couple months, I should say now, into the offseason. When you play so late into the year, the offseason kind of shrinks down a little bit. How have the opening 2 months of workouts been going for you guys?
Oh, it's been good for sure. We've had good work. Obviously missing out on those weeks we had last year. I mean, you obviously fit a little bit. But, I mean, we still get the good work we in, even we've gotten even with the shorter offseason. So we still been getting good work. Everybody's in the right mindset. Everybody's ready to work and get back to it.
Something that fans maybe don't realize is the 2025 season, it's already started. I mean, what you guys are doing right now in January and February and into the next month as well with spring practices, that's what really will show up late in games in the fall. And I know you guys talked about that a lot. You know, last season, your work that you did in the offseason is a big reason why you were able to surprise so many people that weren't in your guys' building. What do you have to say about the work you guys do put in these opening months of the spring that they do end up translating in the fall?
Yeah, for sure. A lot of people do think the season starts when fall camp starts or that first game in August. But really it does start in the offseason, just how you kind of set your culture, how you want things done, your standards. And depending on how you hold up to those standards, how hard you work in the offseason depends on how your season is going to go. So, I mean, what we did last year was a testament to what we did in the offseason. So this offseason we've been trying to just make sure that we don't think about this past season, make sure we know that this offseason tells what happens next season. If we want to improve, if we want to get worse, I mean, it all depends on what we do now. So we just have to make sure we continue to get better each day, just take it day by day, not think about the future too much.
It is an interesting shift in terms of now you have some expectations, and you know when you play teams this upcoming fall, you're going to have a target on your back. But
sure.
In terms of some of those standards you just alluded to, trying to lay down those standards for some of the new guys, and of course you guys are lucky to have so many people coming back this year, but what are some of those standards?
Really, it's just like I said, getting better each day. Coach Dilly defines success as just continue to get better each day. Each day you come in, just not make sure you're not getting worse, just holding the people up around you, just continuing to improve. So as long as we do that each day, and you have to, we all know that you have to have fun, you have to work hard. Like our culture is have fun, working the hardest in the country, and you have to be a good person, make good decisions. So those three things are the biggest things in our culture and our program. So it's really just relaying that to the new people, and for the people that come back, just making sure that you hold the other guys up and you live up to it yourself.
Not only are you coming back, but of course, like we said a moment ago, so many guys that contributed in a big way are back again this upcoming year. You're a part of the Pat Tillman Leadership Council, and of course that has to be quite the honor for you. What kind of goes into that for fans that aren't familiar with that Leadership Council, and how much does it mean to you to be a part of it again?
Yes. When we go to Camp T during fall camp, at the end, everybody votes to who they want to be on the Leadership Council. And so, like Dilly tells everybody on the team, he has no say. None of the coaches have any say. It's all with the team vote. So, I mean, to be voted on by the team, it feels good just to know you have those guys behind you. You have those guys respect, and you know that when you're out front to lead, they'll listen and they'll accept it. But at the same time, you don't have to be on the Leadership Council to be a leader, and I think that's been a big thing we've been trying to, like the coaching staff have been trying to get across to all the players, and the players are trying to get across to each other that you don't have to have that label to lead. Everybody leads in their own way. So just figuring out your role and how you lead and just using it to the best of your abilities.
You know, we've talked a lot about culture already in this interview, and it's pretty infectious. You can tell whether you're talking to Dilly or anyone else in this program, culture's talked about a ton. For you guys, there was a number that came out yesterday returning the second most in terms of people who actually produced last year of any team in the country. How big is that in terms of returning those pieces? And, of course, like we've already said, you'll start 0-0 like everyone else next year. Nothing that you did a few months ago matters anymore. But how important is that to have so many returners back, and what does it say about the culture?
Man, it says, everybody enjoys being here. We're not here just for the look, money sign in the pocket or things like that. Like, we're here because we enjoy the people in the building and enjoy what we do here and all the people that come with it and the things that come with it. So, I mean, if you truly enjoy something, there's really no point in leaving. So it's just, you just enjoy being here. You just wouldn't want to be anywhere else, and that's truly how everybody on this team feels. It's just, I don't want to be anywhere else in the country. I love where I'm at right now. So I mean, yeah, that's really it. And just talking about everybody coming back, That's big. You just don't see that very much in this age of college football, and to have that, it's we just kind of get like a leg up on the competition. Everybody knows what's going on, and it's you kind of have, instead of the coaches coaching, you can have more of the players coaching. So you get that little leg up, just making sure everybody knows what's going on, and it's more of a kind of like fine-tuning the details and not learning something new. So just making sure you improve on what you couldn't, like what you weren't good at last year. Just making sure you can do the little things better and not have to worry about the big scheme of things.
Chatting with C.J. Fite here. C.J., you just mentioned how players can kind of coach as well, and you're in one of those positions where you've played a lot through your first 2 years, and now you'll be a junior, being an upperclassman, being a leader as well, as we said. You know, is that something that you're trying to take more pride in the springtime as well?
Oh, for sure. You know, when I first got here, I was one of the young guys on the leadership council, and I was really passive in my role. And this past year, I've just been trying to continue to grow in my leadership role, just kind of take that step forward every year. So this year, I expected myself to take that step further. And, you know, I'm just trying to do everything I can to help the team. So whatever I can do, whether it's getting out of my comfort zone, because I've never been that vocal guy, but if that's what I have to do, then I'll do it. But I'm just trying to, you know, just continue to step forward in that leadership role.
Now, CJ, clearly you're an ambassador to this program, so I want to step aside here for a second. Texas to Tempe, your original pipeline guy. You're one of the first commits that Dilly got when he got the job here. So when you're talking to other guys back home in the state of Texas, and I know that's a pipeline that ASU's really starting to hit hard, what are your selling points?
I mean, these dudes over here looking at me.
You got cameos off air. We welcome cameos, by the way.
Yeah, but I don't know, you know, just to have, you just show people just where you're at, to show them how things go around here. It's really nothing, like not really big of a salesman pitch. You just tell them the real and they'll enjoy it. Just like, hey, I'm here, I enjoy it. Just, you know, being away from home, you might not know, but just seeing somebody else that's going through the same thing from the same place, and you just kind of see them thriving and enjoying it. That's all you need to see, really.
We've got like a studio audience now in hand. Who we got over here?
All right, this is exactly who I expected to.
Yeah.
I saw the open the door and I just started laughing because I knew who it was. We got Jacob Kangaika, we got Xavier, and we got Sean Nah. So yeah, you got Jacob's the one recording. Skyron, my fault.
Right. No, that's okay. That's okay. They're more than welcome. We love visitors, as we said. You know, in our second episode ever, Scat came in. I was talking to Graham at the time. Scat, I should say, came in and had a little bit of a cameo, and then he went off against Mississippi State that next week for over 250 yards. Speaking of Mississippi State, you had a play that you're going to start smiling right now. Yeah. I know. The scoop and score, man, against Mississippi State. And I was going to have you break that down. I know you kind of already did that. But in terms of one specific moment of that play, the refs took forever to put their hands up in the air. What were you thinking? It had to have felt like an eternity, right?
It did. Right when I broke the play, and I looked back because I just knew, like, all right, like y'all saw what I saw. Yeah, I saw it. So all right. So I turned. I'm just waiting. I'm just sitting with the ball. I'm like, all right, I'm just waiting. I'm like bouncing, and finally they throw him up. So I just started galloping across the field. Keith ran up to me. Everybody was hyped. So it was fun for sure.
What was it like when you first got back to the sideline after that play? Everyone's mobbing you, I assume.
Headache. Big headache. Right when I got to the sideline, everybody just smacked me in my head. So I'm just getting my head going all over the place, and I had a headache after that for sure. But I had a little adrenaline. But when I sat down on the bench, that's when I really started to feel it. And I was breathing all hard. Head was hurting, but I don't know. It was great for sure.
Yeah, it had to have been a rush. One more play I want to get your thoughts on, and you weren't necessarily involved in this play, but it was certainly one of the highlight reel plays of the year defensively. It was the Shamari Simmons hit against Texas. Yeah. I noticed you were getting double teamed on this play on the interior. So I don't even know. Did you even see this play? Did you just hear it? I'm going to roll it here for you and just take us through what you're seeing here.
I heard the crowd, and I don't know. It's just when I first heard the crowd, like I just expected something like for the Texas that did something at gas run. I'm like, ah. So then I turn and like I get out the double team. I look and I just see everybody in the end zone. So I take off to the end zone and I see them following the ball, and I just start jumping up and down.
Yeah, there you are, right there. I mean, look at the swarm to the football, by the way. I mean, there are like 6-7 maroon jerseys there. There you are. You threw up with the jump, right? That's what a amazing game that was. And obviously, it didn't go the way you guys wanted in the end. But looking back on that now that you've had a couple of months to reflect on that game and the comeback and kind of how you galvanized this entire university together, what are your thoughts on that experience in the Peach Bowl?
I mean, it just showed just the culture of our team. We've been talking about culture this whole time. It just shows there go JT over there, Jordan Tyson in the building. But yeah, and we got Shemine over there. But yeah, it just shows the culture of our team. Like, we don't back down, we don't give up. I can tell. I just know everybody watching that game just knew after those first few plays we were just gonna get smacked by 40. But that's just not how we do things. Well, we're not gonna let that get in our heads. We take it one play at a time. We forget the bad, and we just continue to go. So everybody's just like all the coaches say. Like, this team is just they just don't flinch. We sit there. Something bad might happen. We just, all right, cool. We reset, regroup, and we get back to it. So I mean, this team knows how to thrive, how to strive in adversity, how to just keep going through adversity. So, yeah.
Last one for you. Something that very few people get to experience: running out of a tunnel. So let's say the Peach Bowl, or let's go back to the BYU game, sold out crowd, senior day, all that. What is that feeling like when you're running out of the tunnel to 60,000 plus people screaming for you, the band right there? What is that feeling like?
It's crazy. It's like it's a dream come true, really. I'd say out of all the games we played, I think I probably teared up in probably 6-7 of them. Just once you come out the tunnel, you just feel the energy from the crowd, and you just realize like it's a blessing for sure just to have the opportunity. So just walking out that tunnel and being able to take the field and have the opportunity just to take a breath, just to be in the moment. You just have to appreciate it, and I try to do as much as I can. And that's for sure. Shows
how much he cares about this, and I know he's not alone. It's like a goosebumps moment to be able to represent this school and this program, and of course the great things you've done. CJ, thanks a lot for joining us. A couple months away from being able to do that again and run out, but Valley's activated. It's going to be bumping in the fall. So thanks for joining us today.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
We'll be back to wrap things up with Graham Rossini when we come back on Sunday Extra.